Hi, my name is Alexandra Faye Sadeghian. I'm the star and producer of Bound the Movie, and you're listening to the Movie Raid.
It's time for the Movie Raid. Tonight's victim is actress Alexandra Faye Sadeghian, that has played in Bound, Guns of Eden, amongst others. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Fantastic. So, Bound is another one of those very deep issues when involving being homeless and other personal events. Is this correct?
I mean, it touches a little bit on being homelessness, but it's more about trauma and processing trauma.
And then if you can touch base a little bit about the trauma aspect, does this involve you specifically, or does this multiple layers of including other people involved with this kind of event?
The entire story. Every character in the story goes through some level of trauma and has to process it from different walks of life, different cultural backgrounds and stuff like that.
And how long has this been going on? Was this did this just recently came out, or are you still in the process of getting this out?
Well, we are still in pre-production for it. So we are shooting this fall. We've been writing it for about a year. My boyfriend and producing partner, Isaac, is the writer-director of the film. So it's been closer to 2 years in terms of the concept to where we are now. But yeah, so now we're in pretty heavy pre-production, getting ready to shoot this film.
What platforms do you intend to get this out there? Are you going to go straight up on just streaming if you can, or whenever the time is right, you get it on DVD and so forth?
The goal for this kind of piece is to run the festival circuit, and then obviously probably end up going on to some VOD platform afterward, but the festival circuit is going to be our initial premiere.
With Bound, do you feel that the real challenge is basically portrayal and emotion versus emotion when it comes to something more surreal?
I don't think there's going to be a challenge portraying any of the emotions within this or for any of the actors. I think these are very real characters. This is obviously influenced by some real life events. It's not a biography. It's a fictional piece that is inspired by some true events, but there is also a lot of fiction and a lot of fictional characters within it, but also, actors will be taking on that have, say, no background that is similar, but, that is their job. They will be able to connect with the character and portray the emotions needed. The movie is going to go through a lot of changes as we go from script to production to post-production. That's how every movie works. Everybody will be performing as truthful as possible. Everybody on board cares about and what it means to our audience, and we will making sure that we make choices that are in the best interest of the movie.
Now, as you progress through other projects like this as well, as an artist, when it comes to either vision or entity, especially from a directing point of view, but as an actor, do you think it's more rather than entity than vision, or do you think vision is basically entwined with the entity as you portray as once you perform?
There is a vision for what this piece is, and the vision will carry through. I think that answers the question. Collectively create a real-life vision of what this is. We have a vision of what it is now as a script, and that will go through a lot of different passes and travel and change, but it will obviously still maintain the same messages.
Now, artists can make mistakes, and, obviously there's a given, but do you think you can actually overcorrect character or even change the actual character entirety because of overcorrection in a way?
I think that an actor can absolutely change what a character is supposed to be, and it's usually for the better because it makes it more human. I don't think, any of the actors that are going to be portraying any of these characters are going to mess up any of these characters. They are all professionals, and they all care about the vision and will, perform for that.
Having to be more between actor and as well as director, are you leaning toward more aspect of the director inside of you than more of the actor's part, even though other visions out there than the acting spec? And how does the reflection for yourself when you go into new projects for yourself as acting and dabbling with directing, does the insight and perspective you always change for yourself rapidly, or do you kind of stay one mindset and stay focused all the way regardless of what the performance is for yourself?
When you're doing different positions on set, so if you're going into something as a director, you have the whole project in mind, as opposed to when you're going in as an actor, you have your character and where they are in the story and like the role they play and all of that in mind. And if you're a producer, you have a lot of other things in mind. I think you're in a different headspace, especially if you're wearing different hats. You're changing your headspace a lot. I mean, if you're a director, you're, like I said, you're controlling the whole piece. You're controlling the tone of the whole piece, how every character is viewed, all of that stuff, as opposed to as an actor, you are in the headspace of that, say, one person and where they are in the story.
Now, you also have the film Guns of Eden. Is this another film that's also currently in the works? And if so, can you discuss a little bit about that as well?
I'm starring in Guns of Eden. It is directed by Gregory Lamberson, same director of Fun City. So this is very funny, actually. He wrote this back the year I was born. He wrote this. I connected with him through a mutual friend, Don Woodruff, who is also a director of Animal Among Us. We connected, and I auditioned for the part. It was kind of perfect for all of us, I think. It was something that I really wanted to do, this kind of character. I think I matched kind of what Gregory had originally envisioned when he wrote it, or so he says. And I think that's going to be a very fun piece. Super, super action-packed, a female-driven film as well, which is awesome, and I'm super excited.
Was this particular role, was this more of a free range for you, like almost a breath of fresh air for yourself? Like, was this something that you kind of been wanting in a way that almost like a right moment for yourself as performance goes?
It's something that's very excited, Dr. Megan Forrest, so I'm very excited to play this role. It talks about very important topics. I think it's a movie we need right now.
Oh, absolutely. There's tons of movies out there we need right now. There's just a lot of comedic films out there, and of course plenty of horror, because the horror community is huge, and we just can't let these guys down at all. And the fact is, when we have actual action, it's like it's almost like a new emotion that we kind of rediscover in a way, because you're so used to all these other releases like horror or a mixture of horror and comedy and so forth, and you finally get an actual live action or just straight up action film, and having just explosive energy and stuff like that. And in a way, it can benefit anybody just by watching even this particular type of piece.
Yeah, can benefit, even if it's just made for fun. I think it can help someone that's one person with Bound and with Guns of Eden and the other songs that I'm currently part of or have heard of. I hope someone can benefit from them, or at least take enjoyment in watching them.
I'll go ahead and plug in any websites or anything related to your projects or anything that we can check out right now.
www.boundthemovie.com. That's BOUND, themovie.com.
And there you have it, everybody. That is actress Alexandra Faye. Say it again.